Deep within the mists of time, shrouded in legend and lore, lie the remnants of ancient civilizations. Flickering torches cast eerie shadows on stone walls, their surfaces etched with carvings that whisper tales of a forgotten past. Symbols of diverse cultures, Mayan, Viking, Roman, to name but a few, flash before us, a testament to the universality of human experience. A faint chanting, primal and haunting, seems to emanate from the very stones themselves. For centuries, civilizations have performed rituals so shocking, so bizarre, that they feel more like horror stories than history. Some sought to please the gods, others aimed to gain power or immortality, but all of them reveal just how strange human history truly is. Today we uncover the most bizarre ancient rituals ever recorded. In the mountain temples of ancient Japan and China, a select group of Buddhist monks embarked on a journey of extraordinary self-discipline and ultimately self-preservation. These monks practiced Sokushin Butsu, a ritualistic form of self-mummification. Their goal was to become living Buddhas, their physical forms preserved not by embalming fluids but by the sheer force of their will. The process was grueling, spanning years, even decades. The monks adhered to a strict diet, consuming only nuts, bark, and tree resin. A regimen designed to strip their bodies of fat and moisture. They ingested toxic substances, specifically the sap of the urushi tree, known to be poisonous. This acted as a preservative, killing insects and bacteria that would hasten decomposition. As their bodies withered, the monks retreated into stone tombs, barely larger than their own bodies. There, they would meditate, their chanting a rhythmic counterpoint to the silence of the tomb. Finally, after weeks or even months of this ritual starvation and meditation, they would draw their final breath, their bodies preserved by their unwavering commitment to their faith. Not all who embarked on this path succeeded. Today, some of these remarkably preserved remains can still be seen in temples across Japan and China, offering a glimpse into a practice both macabre and mesmerizing. Deep within the rainforests of Mesoamerica thrived the Maya civilization, renowned for their intricate calendars, sophisticated mathematics, and a profound connection to the cosmos. But their relationship with the divine took on a visceral, even shocking form: bloodletting. To the Maya, blood was sacred, a potent life force, and the ultimate offering to appease their pantheon of gods. Kings and queens, adorned in elaborate headdresses and jade jewelry, would pierce their tongues and earlobes with sharpened obsidian blades or stingray spines. The crimson fluid, symbolic of life itself, would drip onto pieces of bark paper, now imbued with sacred significance. These blood-soaked offerings, often accompanied by prayers and incantations, were then cast into sacrificial fires. The rising smoke, carrying the essence of the sacrifice, was believed to reach the heavens, a direct conduit to their gods. The Maya believed that by sacrificing their own vital essence, they entered an altered state of consciousness. Bloodletting, though seemingly brutal to modern sensibilities, was not viewed with horror by the Maya. The Vikings, fierce warriors who sailed the seas from Scandinavia, striking terror into the hearts of those they encountered, are shrouded in a mixture of history and myth. One of the most gruesome and debated aspects of their culture is the blood eagle, a ritualistic execution so brutal that many historians question its very existence. According to sagas and poems passed down through generations, the blood eagle was reserved for the most hated of enemies: traitors, oath-breakers, those deemed deserving of a slow and agonizing death. The condemned, bound and helpless, would be forced face down, their backs exposed to the chilling ritual. A skilled executioner, wielding a razor-sharp blade, would make a deep incision along the spine, cutting through skin and muscle. Then, with gruesome expertise, the ribs would be severed from the spine, one by one. The exposed lungs, still pulsating, would be pulled out through the gaping wound, draped over the victim's shoulders like the wings of a macabre bird. Salt, the ancient enemy of healing, would be rubbed into the exposed flesh, intensifying the agony. The victim, their back a grotesque canvas of pain, would be left to endure this torment until death finally claimed them. High in the valley of Mexico, the Aztec Empire, with its capital at Tenochtitlan, a city built on a lake, flourished. Their empire, vast and powerful, was built on conquest, but also on a belief system that demanded a constant flow of human blood to appease their gods and ensure the very survival of the universe. At the heart of their religious practices lay human sacrifice, a ritual so deeply ingrained in their culture that it shaped their warfare, their diplomacy, and their very understanding of the cosmos. The most sacred of offerings was the beating heart, believed to be the seat of the soul. Victims, often captured warriors from neighboring tribes, were led up the steps of towering pyramids, their whitewashed sides stained crimson with the blood of countless sacrifices. At the summit, before the gaze of impassive stone deities, priests, their obsidian knives glinting in the sun, would hold the victim down on a sacrificial stone. With a swift, practiced movement, the priest would cut into the chest, reaching into the cavity to tear out the still-beating heart. The lifeless body would then be tumbled down the pyramid steps, joining a growing mound of corpses. The heart, held aloft, would be offered to the sun god, Huitzilopochtli, or other deities, its life essence nourishing the heavens. While the Aztecs waged war for territorial expansion, they also engaged in flower wars, ritualistic conflicts designed specifically to capture prisoners for sacrifice. The Aztecs believed that the universe teetered on a knife edge between order and chaos. In stark contrast to the blood-soaked rituals of the Aztecs or the self-inflicted suffering of the Sokushinbutsu monks, the ancient Romans celebrated Saturnalia, a week-long festival dedicated to Saturn, the god of agriculture and time. But Saturnalia was far more than a harvest festival. It was a time when social norms were upended, slaves were served by their masters, and revelry reigned supreme. Each year, as December waned and the winter solstice approached, the Romans prepared for Saturnalia, a festival that harkened back to a mythical golden age, a time of abundance and equality. The streets of Rome, normally bustling with commerce and activity, transformed into stages for boisterous parades and raucous feasts. Homes and public spaces were adorned with greenery, wreaths of holly and ivy, and flickering oil lamps. Gifts, often simple tokens like candles, pottery, or even wax fruits, were exchanged. One of the most striking aspects of Saturnalia was the temporary inversion of social order. Slaves were relieved of their duties and allowed to dine with their masters, who, in a show of symbolic servitude, waited on them at the table. Saturnalia was a time for feasting and merriment. Some historians believe that elements of Saturnalia, particularly the gift-giving, feasting, and use of evergreen decorations, may have influenced the development of later winter solstice celebrations, including Christmas. From the mist-shrouded temples of self-mummifying monks to the blood-soaked pyramids of the Aztecs, we have journeyed through time, exploring the bizarre, the brutal, and the downright baffling rituals of ancient cultures. These practices, though often unsettling to modern sensibilities, offer us a window into the minds of our ancestors, their beliefs, their fears, and their relationship with the cosmos. The Sokushinbutsu monks, through years of grueling self-discipline, sought to transcend the limitations of the physical body, achieving enlightenment through self-preservation. The Maya, with their bloodletting rituals, believed they could communicate with the divine, offering their own life force to appease the gods and maintain cosmic balance. The Vikings, if the sagas are to be believed, practiced the horrific blood eagle, a ritualistic execution that blurred the lines between sacrifice, revenge, and religious fervor. The Aztecs, driven by a belief that the universe demanded a constant flow of human blood, created an empire built on conquest and sacrifice. And then there's Saturnalia, a Roman festival that turned social norms on their head, offering a brief respite from the rigid hierarchies of Roman life. These rituals, though separated by time and geography, share a common thread, a deep-seated human need to make sense of the world, to connect with something larger than themselves, and to find meaning in the face of life's mysteries. And so we conclude our exploration of the bizarre and the baffling, the awe-inspiring and the truly terrifying rituals of the ancient world. It is a testament to the enduring power of human curiosity that we continue to be captivated by these echoes of the past, seeking to understand the motivations and beliefs of those who came before us. Which of these rituals shocked you the most? Did you know about the self-mummifying monks or the Viking blood eagle? Share your thoughts and reactions in the comments below. And if you're hungry for more mind-blowing facts, incredible stories, and explorations of the strange and wonderful, be sure to hit that subscribe button and join the Brain Bites community. Together we'll continue to delve into the mysteries of history, science, and the human experience.